Jessica, hi.
Are you doing some work here?
Always.
Would I be imposing if...
Care to join me?
Yeah.
Okay. Have a seat.
So, how does everything look for my cousin?
Well, we're fighting the battle, but I assure you we're not going to stop fighting. So how are things with you?
Well, I have a little problem. My mom's in town.
I see. And that's a problem?
Believe me, if you knew my mom, you'd understand.
Big generation gap?
No, not at all. Actually, she's quite young. And very attractive, too.
So where's the problem?
She's going through something right now, Connor. And unfortunately, I'm in the middle of it.
Girl, you are out of your element. Girl. Farm girl. That's what he called me. Huh. Funny, I didn't even get his name.
Excuse me, is Stephanie around?
No, she's not. Who are you?
Oh, I'm a friend. The door was open. When there was no answer, I thought perhaps you might be in here.
Oh, well, I can give her a message.
Are you Maria's helper?
No, I'd probably be pretty good at that, though. I'm Jessica's mom.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry.
For what?
Well, I assumed you were here to help Maria. I'm very sorry.
Oh, well, I wasn't offended by that.
You weren't?
No, I'm sure it's a good job in these parts.
My name is James Warwick. What is yours?
Maggie Forrester.
I'm very pleased to meet you, Maggie.
Oh, it's nice to meet you, too. James, do you mind if I call you Jim? Because James is just so formal.
Jim.
Yeah.
Well, nobody's ever called me Jim before, but if you're comfortable with that, then Jim's just fine.
Good.
Still thinking about her, aren't you?
Who?
The girl from last night, that woman at the bar.
Yeah, she was pretty interesting. But I mean, it's no big deal.
Maybe it could have been.
I'm not looking to get involved, Mike.
Oh, that's right. You have a girlfriend, don't you?
That's right, I do.
So why haven't I met her?
Well, you will. She doesn't know that my new roommate happens to be a woman yet.
Oh, yeah, that'll go over real big.
That could be her now.
Do you want me to disappear?
No, why?
True. I guess she's gonna find out sooner or later.
Sally!
Hello, baby.
How are you?
Hey! What a place! Nice! Very nice.
I've got to get him to admit that he killed Ivana. And I have to get it on tape. It's the only way the police will ever start believing Thorne and me. I have to be so careful. If he ever suspects me, there's no question. He'll kill me.
There she is, waiting for me.
Of course.
Well, I have got a job for you, my love.
Oh, name it.
I'm gonna take you up on that full body massage you promised me. I feel like I've been through a meat grinder.
Oh, what'd you do? You pull a muscle?
Oh, I think maybe a couple dozen muscles. I don't know how. Maybe the way I slept. But I was hoping you could straighten it out for me. Since you got those magical hands.
Yes, sir.
Come here, baby.
Well, it all came down about a year ago when my parents got divorced.
How long were they married?
17 years.
17. Long time. And now she's losing you, too. To adulthood.
I think that's why she's clinging.
Possibly. I'm sure she's feeling very alone.
You should read her pretty well.
Well, I guess I've been there before. My parents were divorced.
Well, maybe you could offer her some really good perspective.
No.
She's interesting, Connor. Very different. I'm sure from anyone you know.
What are you asking? You want me to be her therapist?
No,
or?
no, just her friend. And like I said before, she's really attractive.
Look, Jessica, if I'm in a bar or a restaurant, and if she happens to be there also, and we happen to be alone, and it feels right, I might go up and talk to her, but I just don't want you to.
That's all I needed to hear.
No, Jessica, honestly, I don't want you setting anything up.
What?
Yes, you. I'm serious.
Okay, Scout's honor.
Your word.
You got it. Bye, Connor.
Yeah, bye. She's gonna set it up. I know she is. So, you are Jessica's mother.
Yep, that's me.
Amazing.
What is?
Well, I'd say you look more like her sister.
I like you, Jim. Keep talking.
You know, Maggie, you have a remarkable daughter.
So I'm finding out.
Oh, she is. She truly is a wonderful young girl. You must be very proud of her.
Isn't it funny how it's always easier to say that when you're not the parent?
You're not proud of her?
Of course I am. She's a great little girl.
Oh, she's more like a young woman.
She's been feeding you that line, too, I see.
Maggie, she's about to go into college.
Well, where I come from, a girl isn't on her own until she's married.
Well, I hope you're not encouraging her to do that.
No, of course not. But I do think that she ought to come home to Davenport and get her feet on the ground. This out here is fantasy land.
What do you mean by getting her feet on the ground? Can you explain that?
Well, I think she should get a good job. You know, and if she wants to take some classes at a community college, that's fine. And I think she should generally think about the future.
And you don't believe that Jessica's thinking about her future?
I think she's dreaming. And dreams turn into disappointments. I know.
So you're saying she shouldn't dream? Do you know what you're saying? Is that the advice that you want your daughter to live by?
Yes, I am very, very impressed with your new digs. Wonderful, very attractive, very efficient. I think you could accomplish a great deal around here. I'm sorry, I didn't see you. Who are you?
I'm Michael.
Michael. Are you? Listen, obviously I've come at a bad time. Shall I,
No, Sally, Michael's my roommate.
Your roommate?
And you must be...
Well, Michael, Sally is that girlfriend I was telling you about. What do you think, huh?
Oh, yes, Dylan and I are quite the talk of the entire campus. I'm surprised you haven't heard about us.
Well, Mike doesn't get out much.
Oh, so you're not a Kappa Kappa Gamma or a Tri Beta girl, huh?
No. Are you in a sorority?
Well, that's how we met at a pledge party last year. Little Dickens came up and asked me to dance.
Oh, yeah. And the rest, as they say, is histrionics.
Well, I'm sure you guys want to be alone, so I'm gonna just go. I'll see you later, Dylan, and it was nice to meet you.
Bye, honey. Terrible. That poor kid.
Thanks, Sally.
Listen, you're quite a dark horse. I had no idea you had such a pretty roommate.
Oh, neither did I until after I moved in.
Oh, I see. Well, after what just went on, I suspect you might be asked to leave again.
Well, have a seat, Sally. What can I do for you?
Dylan, I need your help.
With what?
I think you know. Macy confides in you. I think you know what's going on with her.
Sally, if Macy did confide in me, do you really think I would betray her?
I'm her mother, Dylan. I'm only trying to protect her. Now, she is either in some kind of trouble or she is about to do something foolish or dangerous, and that's why she's not talking to me.
You know, I am the wrong person to talk to about this.
Well, fine. Then point me in the direction of the right person, Dylan, please. And let me start by saying that I know very well that Macy does not believe that Thorne murdered Ivana.
Maybe Thorne is the person you should see.
Thorne?
I'm not saying that he'll open up.
Then again, he might, huh? I think you're right, Dylan. Maybe Thorne is the key. Thank you. Thank you very much. I will see you later at the office.
Sally. Trust your daughter. All right, no matter what you find out, trust Macy.
Are you ready for me, baby?
You know it, Tony.
Well, I have been looking forward to this for days.
Oh, why didn't you say anything?
I wasn't sure if you were ready.
And you think I am now?
Well, you tell me.
Why don't I show you? Lie down. You know, massage can be very intimate, but it does require a certain giving up of something.
Oh, God, that is so good. Well, like what? What do you have to give up?
Your privacy, for one. You're allowing someone to see you as you truly are. There's no hiding anything.
You see anything that I ought to be hiding?
No. But still, you're taking a risk.
That's my forte, honey, taking risks.
I didn't know that about you. Thorne's a risk taker.
Thorns are putts. If you knew of some of the chances I've taken.
Well, now, Anthony, you keep saying that, and then you hold back. I tell you what, why don't we play a little game? I'll share a secret with you. Something really risky. And then you do the same thing with me. Can you handle that?
Can I handle it? Of course I can handle it.
Okay. Okay. Here goes. When I was 12, I stole my mother's wedding ring.
Oh, no, that's very bad, Macy. That's very bad. Did she find out?
No, no way, and she still doesn't know about it. And then, when I was 15 and I was going to school in London... No, I can't tell you this.
No, go ahead, tell me.
Okay, but you're really gonna have to reciprocate on this one.
All right, I promise. Let me hear it.
Well, I was taking the underground, you know, the subway. And it was rush hour, so there were a lot of people crowded around the tracks. And there was this lady standing in front of me. She must have been about 80. And then something came over me. Suddenly I just got this urge. I I couldn't help myself. I couldn't resist.
What kind of urge?
To hear a little.
A little what? Not a shove.
A little push. Just as the train was coming around the corner.
Did you do it?
Yes.
What happened?
What do you think happened?
Unbelievable.
Okay. Okay, it's your turn, Hotshot. Can you match that?
You must have been very young when you got married.
I was Jessica's age.
Do you know that families live in cycles?
What does that mean?
Children repeat the patterns of their parents. Would you like Jessica to get married at the same age you did?
Hell no.
And yet that's what you're encouraging.
I am not.
Well, you don't want her to be independent. You want her to return home and live according to your standards, and yet one of your standards was getting married at a very early age. Do you mind if I give you something to think about?
You already have.
Forget about Jessica. She's all grown up. She's gone. It's time that you started thinking about Maggie.
Well, how do I do that?
You start doing the things you always wanted to do, those things that you set aside because you were too busy raising a family.
Like what?
Oh, I'm sure you don't need me to tell you what those things are.
Jim, I think I'm a little old to start thinking about that now.
Do you really believe that? I have to get going.
You know something? You ought to have been a shrink.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I do, because you're really good at it.
Okay. Thank you, Maggie.
So what do you do for a living anyway?
I'm a shrink.
Okay, Hotshot. I'm waiting.
Don't worry, baby. I have got a story for you.
Better than mine? I don't think so.
Don't be so sure. If you only knew.
Well, then why don't you just let me know? I mean, after all, I told you my nasty.
I want to know I have you first.
You know you already have me.
No, baby, I'm talking permanently.
What more can I do? I've already trusted you with something that could put me away for good.
You want to know what more you can do?
Yes.
Reach under the towel.
What?
Go on. Put your hand under the towel, Macy.
Anthony, you just want all the goodies.
Put your hand under the towel. Under the towel, Macy. Now. Open it.
want my story, wear the ring, and I'll tell you. Marry me, Macy.